He's not worth. He's not worth. He's not worth. He's not worth. He's not worth.
And which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on?
New technologies to support it, like with carbon capture and storage. You need to do those sorts of things and talk to them before other people disappear as well. I've done. No, I wouldn't nationalise Vestas.
Why the hell not?
Nationalise it. What are you doing here? Get the bankers.
That's what the workers in occupation want.
Because I don't believe that there's
plenty of money for the bankers.
I don't believe. Listen, I'm not the government, so then
Why not?
You can have a go at the government about giving money to, because I don't believe the solution is for the state to run things. I believe that
Capitalism got us in this shit in the first place.
Traditionally, best industry was often run by the workers rather than by the state. And
you ain't getting into government again.
I've already saying to investors, entirely happy for the workforce to be in charge. Not the state, but for the workforce. Entirely different, but fundamentally important. And if we're going to have a realistic way forward, we need government to support industry, but not to run industry.
Nationalise it.
And the reality is there are people here who may be socialists. I respect you if you're socialist, but the reality is that by and large nationalisation has not been a successful.
My capitalism has been successful.
Rubbish.
And
Capitalism's fucked up. That's what.
And local ownership.
Hang on! 1 second!
You can have that view.
And we'll have somebody to speak in favour of nationalisation afterwards.
You can have that view. I understand that view, but I'm a liberal and I'm not a natural believer in nationalisation of industry, yeah? So you don't have to accept that. And it's a perfect... Well, now, all right, we can have a heckling debate. I'll spend 1 minute just dealing with why the banks are a different case. The banks are a different case because, and there's a relevance, the banks are a different case because they are fundamental to the whole of the economy, not just a part of the economy. However,
wind power fundamental to the whole ecology, which is more important.
However, having nationalised the banks, we're very clear that the government should direct the banks to invest in green technology, to invest in ethical investment, to make sure they don't put their money abroad into things like tar sands, and to make sure, therefore, that while we are running these things, we get them to do the right job.
What about our
Let me just say one other thing, which is this, that if we are serious about the future of renewables, then we need to be serious also about the fantastic opportunity it gives to the next generation to have the apprenticeship and the training, and the jobs and the skills which universities and colleges require. And that means we have to get rid of tuition fees, which is clearly a barrier to people being able to do the job.
Nick Clegg said he weren't going to do that today.
No, he didn't say that. We have to make sure that we're investing in people in this country going into the training and the apprenticeship and the education that will deliver these things. And we have to make sure that government doesn't just make policies on a one-off, on one day, for one company like Vestas, but supports all those who are trying desperately to get the investment into the renewables industry. So I hope we can unite about supporting the workers at Vestas continuing to work to do their job. Some people may want it to be run by the state, some just don't, but the objective about the environment and having a planet and having a planet that is sustainable is much more important than about the method of running a particular company in Newport in the Isle of Wight. So I hope we'll see the big picture, not only the little picture, and I hope that those of you who are real ecologists and real environmentalists will make sure that you apply those principles which are about local ownership, about local management, about about devolution, not centralisation. Because, just wait a minute.
About expropriation without compensation.
Because the planet doesn't need more responses that are centralised and run by authoritarian governments. It needs more responses that are run by local people, in their communities, in charge of their own economics and their own resources. As far as the workers are concerned, if workers wish to occupy their business, they are of course entitled to our support. Of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they are. No, of course they're entitled. Because I'm not the police, my friend. I'm not the government. I wish I was the government, but I don't wish I was the police. So the reality...
I don't think you're going to get our vote.
The reality is that I hope we see the big picture, that you don't get clouded by the prejudices of economic theory, but by the reality of environmental necessity. And I hope we will work not just when there's a problem investing in Newport, but when the government fails on a regular basis to put our money where its mouth is and to support environmental initiatives up and down the length of the country. I'm supporting the continuation of wind turbine manufacture in Britain. I hope you will, but it should be the beginning, not the end, and we should have governments and politicians who don't just talk the talk, but do other things, not just this year, but in the years ahead. Thank you very much, and I hope you'll continue to support. I've answered that. I'm always willing to support.
Did you say yes to support the
I said I'm always willing to support.
We set off to join the picket lines, but together we cannot fail. We got stopped by police at the county line. They said, go home boys, or you'll go into jail. And which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on?